everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Stephanie Janisek, and today we're going to be discussing the Vanity Fair article about Star Wars that is coming out in the end of this week, next week. We'll probably be seeing it in stores maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but we will be seeing it soon. Anyway, I want to talk about the pictures. I want to talk about what the article said. Apparently, the death of Han Solo does hang like a pall over the entire production of The Last Jedi, which I think is pretty interesting considering that a lot of experts were saying no, it didn't. We have Leia not looking the same at all. She's not wearing a uniform. She's in a very regal but very almost dowager sort of look, a dark cloak. Her hair is very tight, braided tight, and she's wearing a wedding ring on her left hand, gold with 4 or 5 what looks to be stones like diamonds in the middle of it in a circle. So I look at that and saying that basically that picture tells me that Leia is in deep mourning. And I don't know if it's just for Han, but I would expect because of what Ben did, that likely is, for Han more than anything else and more for everything she lost. So we've got that. We've got Luke Skywalker having to probably deal with not only everything he's been going through, but the fact that his best friend was murdered by his son, the nephew that Luke was supposed to fix. And so that's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation. And we've got Rey. If you notice the pictures that came out in the teaser trailer, Leia is standing with her back to the camera, like with her head kind of tilted a certain way, but her arms away from her body. And there's another picture in the teaser of Rey standing the same way. Leia's looking at a map. Rey is looking at the ocean. I find that fascinating. Now, when you look at the pictures that Annie Leibovitz took for the Vanity Fair article, Rey is sitting the Millennium Falcon like she was born to it. And really, there's rumors that are going on that we're going to learn more about Kylo Ren's family. Does that just mean Han, Leia, and Ben? Or does that mean Han, Leia, Ben, and? All right. That, to me, is a loaded word there, okay? And considering what Rey's first Force vision said, there is a connection between her and Ben Solo, Kylo Ren. You could see it throughout the whole movie, The Force Awakens, and it looks like it drifts into The Last Jedi. In fact, one of the most interesting scenes, I think, is at the end of the lightsaber battle in The Force Awakens. Kylo Ren's rolling around in the snow calling out her name. To me, it was very strange. They're supposed to be enemies. Why is he doing that? I mean, there's something connected between them, and it's not what the Reylo weirdos think. I mean, come on, guys. Go back and watch Twilight. Look, all right, to me, when I look at Ben Solo, I look at a guy who is more like a vampire than a flawed human being. His father is a flawed human being. His mother is a flawed human being. His uncle's a flawed human being. His grandpa, a defined flawed human being. Ben, to me, is a very soulless, almost robot, a vampire. And, I'm sorry, but vampires don't look like Brad Pitt. They don't look like, Edward Cullen, that kid that played him. They look like Max Schreck from Nosferatu, or the guy that played Barlow from Salem's Lot. I mean, they're basically blood-sucking corpses that are self-aware. That's it. They're zombies on a higher level. And when I look at Ben Solo, that's what I think. I don't look at a person who's necessarily capable of understanding what he's done. This is a guy that only committed patricide and murdered a lot of people's favorite character. He's committed genocide. He's ordered genocide. He's likely kidnapped either his sister or somebody from the Jedi Academy. On and on and on and on. This kid, I think, is unsalvageable. And if they try to turn him, I'm literally going to be aghast. That'll be stupid. I mean, that'll just be dumb. All right, let him just rot. He has nothing after everything he's done. So we've got a lot of that, talk going around that they're connected like lovers or something, and it's like, no, they're not. That would just ruin that whole connection right there. And I don't even think this trilogy needs a romance because there's no real physical alpha male in the rest of the trilogy because Harrison Ford's not in there anymore. All right, and after The Last Jedi, Carrie Fisher won't be in there anymore. There isn't a softness to a hardness. There isn't that juxtaposition of masculinity and femininity with two characters that makes a romance. And frankly, does a series need it? I don't think so. But let's go back to the Vanity Fair article. I'm, pretty sure that my theory about Rey being Han and Leia's daughter is right. Now, she could be some sort of flavor of Anakin Skywalker's essence or being, or maybe blessed with something that he had within himself. But, if she just popped out of a Jakku cactus plant, that's going to be really stupid. Okay, come on. That whole idea, and I've said this before, it gives me Phantom Menace PTSD, okay? And I'm going to review Phantom Menace this Friday on my Facebook page. So, if you're on my Facebook page, be prepared because it'll be under hashtag movie musings, and I'm going to have a lot of fun, so be prepared. So anyway, this article, it really is going to be a very dark film, and it's going to be really kind of sad, I think. Does Leia have a quote unquote discussion with her son about what he did? You hope so. Now, you got Mike Zero over on his channel saying that they're not sure that scene took place. I'm probably pretty sure that scene's going to be in this movie. To me, it just seems like that would be the right thing to do, and that would have made sense for this middle part of the trilogy. How does Rey find out who she is? Regardless of who she is, I think that Luke basically knows who she is, figures it out, and lets her find out on her own. He doesn't go out and say, listen, I got to tell you something. Or sit down on a rock and say, you remind me too much of your father. Which would be kind of funny, actually. So I think she finds out in her own time and in her own way. Not the way he found out who he was. This self-discovery is going to be very personal to her, and Luke's kind of wasn't. He was told the story. And I think it would really make more sense if she's led into it and discovers it for herself. Unless the rumored scenes of her throwing down in a lightsaber battle with Kylo Ren and either Leia or Maz yells, "Stop, Rey, he's your brother." That just doesn't, that would be cool, and that would stop everybody short going. But I kind of think that she might have a feeling. There was rumored of a scene, and it came out from plot leaks that Rey was she's sleeping in a hut, and she's having a dream where she's on a ship, and her mother is singing a lullaby to her, and across from her is sitting a boy watching. She's singing a lullaby in her sleep. Luke, when she wakes up, Luke asks her, "Who are you?" And I think another thing he asked her is, where did you hear that? Where did you learn that? And it's funny, but there's a sizzle reel out there that Disney showed to media in LA, and she's in a hut. Luke is sitting there looking at her going, who are you? So, that kind of makes me think some of these plot leaks might have some veracity. The way Laura Dern's character, Rear Admiral Holdo, is dressed, exactly the way a few of the leaks described her. This kind of elegant looking, actually, from the pictures that Annie Leibovitz took. And Benicio del Toro dressed in black, kind of scuzzy looking. This DJ character who might be Janus Duquesne. And if he is, he's the guy that stole the Falcon from Han, which is going to be kind of an interesting little throw in there. And I have to tell you, I found it very interesting that they're putting the Han Solo movie out so fast and filming it so fast to get it out by May 25th of next year. And The Last Jedi is coming out in this year in December. So I think my theory of how important his character is, even in death, to The Last Jedi is very, very substantiated in a lot of this. A lot of people can disagree with me, but I also find it ironic that no one's asking who Rey is anymore. You don't find people asking that same question. Thor Skywalker. Why don't you just use your real name, dude? Put another thing out about who Rey is and that she's not that Skywalker. I didn't watch it, didn't want to. I'm serious about this, but we'll just have to watch and we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I kind of think through all this that Rey is Han and Leia's daughter, and that this article kind of gives hints to it. It's going to be very interesting for me personally to see this play out. But anyway, I hope you all get to read that article. I hope that you all kind of can take it apart, look at the photographs. What are they really saying? Photographs can say 1,000 words. And how Leia's dressed is very, very interesting to me. How Rey is sitting in the Falcon is very interesting to me. And the way the look on her face is very interesting to me. Daisy really did a good job with that. But we'll just have to see. And when I get the magazine, I'm gonna read it more carefully, and maybe I'll come back and say more. But this is Stephanie Janicek. Feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment here, whatever. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you around the galaxy.